Welcome back here, 2023 NXL Lone Star Major. Matty Marshall, blessed to have Kyle Berry from the ML Kings and Ryan Greenspan from San Diego Dynasty to help us call this next set. It's going to be the LA Ironmen taking on New York Extreme in an interesting situation here as both these teams are sitting 1-1. The Ironmen were able to sneak a win because of an amazing move from Clay Hughes at the very last second, and then New York Extreme was able to take down the ML Kings. So Kyle, we're going to get some info from you. Let's actually start with that. What do you think about that game? How did that go down? What did they do to beat you guys?
Really, it was just the slowing down and picking on a single player, right? The team worked really well together to get an initial kill, and then kind of, as Ryan normally says, be that anaconda and constrict on us as a team. And as they got that one kill, they really exploited the opening of that one kill and took ground, and then put the pressure on their bodies. And it was errors on our guys' part, right? Small errors lead to lost matches, and that's what came down to that second match versus NYX. If they can continue to be aggressive in the snake and have that counterpunch with Corey down the Dorito side, they'll be successful in this match.
Also in the set, Notorious and Uprising, but first up it will be New York Extreme and the Ironmen. Ryan, as we're jumping into point number one, who do you think is going to take this one?
You know, New York Extreme definitely has, I think, the advantage based on their last event, but losing two quick bodies off the snake side, really off the break here, shooting the snake guy and the quick fill player from the spot bunker into the God bunker leading. So it's a 4-on-3, I believe. Oh. And it looks like CJ took a bounce going into that can right there.
Yeah, he's asking for a
check.
Yeah, he's at that spot bunker. That's our insurance sponsor here for the NXL.
Yeah, man, that's a pretty cool new thing that the NXL's got going on. You know, with the purchase of the ID card through APPA, you get $25,000 medical insurance with zero deductible. So, and that's good for the whole year.
Absolutely incredible support from the NXL.
Yeah, that's incredible.
We got a 3-on-4 scenario right now with the Ironmen still stuck in the pocket, and NYX in the Snakeside Tower, the Snakeside Can, and I'm not seeing that third body.
Yeah, you know, I think he might be in the Dorito 1 over there, kind of locking off that Dorito side. So it looks like there are two players locking off the Ironman Can player, and you see Nick, and yeah, he's in Dorito 3. But CJ taking the walk over here, so now making it a 4-on-2. Ironman up.
Yeah, but Ironman looked like Sloviak might have caught one. He's going to get checked out from the ref. And they lose Patty Gleason, but they do keep Nick alive. So now 3-on-3, 3-on-2 situation here as Hughes gets into the snake. He was the hero from the first match.
Yeah, it's exactly what you said.
And he catches Corey Hall. Oh, and it's a
Nick,
1-on-1.
1-on-1. And this is exactly what you had said, Kyle, is if Corey can make a move down that side, and look, that's exactly what happened.
And got him. And Patty Craft wins another 1-on-1.
It's two of them here at this event.
You know, that was a really not fantastic move by Nick Sloviak to double up that center tower. You know, it looked like the Ironmen were really just kind of went to sleep on that Dorito side. And Corey came in and got 3 quick kills actually, with the trade out with the snake player, and then
it's crazy how the layout's structured, right? Because this center tower on the snake side can see the initial gap on the Dorito, but as soon as he breaks that initial gap, he really has 4 bunkers to play with and get crafty over there if he doesn't get support from his front snake player. If you haven't made it wide in the front snake yet, you cannot see those gaps. But if your guy's sitting here in this snake 1 on the cross, it is a train track of a lane. And just partnering off back and forth of support for those bodies and being wary of where the bodies are, it seems how, you know, NYX is staying alive and picking off 1 or 2 even in the car crash that we saw there.
Yeah, Pat Craft has been so good as we're looking at our eye in the sky here, drone shot of this layout. He's been so good in those clutch moments. He was real good for them at the first event and just clocking in here at this event in these 1-on-1s. That's 2 of them in a row he's won. So yeah, Ryan, maybe you want to talk to me about this layout real quick. Got 30 seconds before the start of the first point with Notorious and Uprising.
Yeah, you know, that center tower is pretty much the only thing that can see the Dorito side, and I think like Kyle was saying is that there's only a couple of windows you can see through over there. So once the player makes it wide on that Dorito side, and I've heard a couple of guys commentating, talking about that big, you know, the 10, 20, 30% of vision over on that side. That big brick blocks a lot of stuff out. So you're kind of just waiting for the other team to make a big counterpunch. And if you're not prepared for it, like the Ironmen weren't, a guy will come around like Corey Hall in a desperation move on a 4-on-2 and chop you guys up.
First time we've seen both Notorious and Uprising here at this event, as Uprising and Notorious both going to get into the snake. Uprising in the murdered out black jersey starting from the red side, Notorious in the blue jersey starting from the blue side.
Yeah, and it looked like Uprising got shot going up into that center tower. You see their breakout right now. 2 players kind of stronger on this snake side, and see how they kind of plan on playing this. It looks as though their snake insert player is looking cross field.
Getting put in by that bounce shot. That bounce shot coming off the snake one back into that bunker is just putting them in. And it looks like we have, where's that fifth body for FSU? I didn't see anybody walk out. We have the Dorito corner, we have the snake side wedge, the snake insert bunker, and the snake 3.
He's at the brick there.
Oh, the 50 brick right in front of us.
He's in the 50 brick.
So all of their players kind of seemingly lined up on this snake side, but one guy looking on the cross and then 2 snake players playing inside on the snake side.
Kovar making the move as a secondary guy into the snake, and really here's where they can force it, right? They got to kill one off the center, which is the guy that usually comes in and stops this crawl around the 50. If he stays low and goes around the 50 and come right into their side, get the Dorito kill, and really just close off this point.
Yeah, looking real good here on your screen. You see Notorious attackers at the 50-yard line. Kovar as the second attacker right behind a snake first attacker. Kovar was instrumental in how well they did at the first event. Now, Notorious, very first pro event, only won 1 game, but their losses were close.
Yeah, we beat them in overtime. They were fighters, man. They really come at you.
And this is a good setup for Notorious right now. I think that if Uprising were to get another body in the snake and kind of match them, they're in a better position. But Notorious only having one guy play that snake, that Dorito side, is going to just kind of have to play really slow on an island over there, just because all 4 of his other guys are on this side of the field.
As Kirill was saying when we were coming into the event, it's really the 2s in this field that make it happen, because if you see both the 1 guys get in a position where they have major containment, so you can see that front Dorito guy on Uprising shooting the cross here and staying on the containment. If that home guy would launch underneath them or would go around them, they'd have some form of offense. But right now they're just waiting.
No, because you forgot about the guy,
the brick.
The 50 brick. Oh, and look at that. Kovar taking the walk, trying to do a little too much as that support role spot. But I think, you need to get out to that Dorito corner if you can, which I think is a move that's makeable, and then you got to put pressure on there. So 4-on-4 game here. It seems like Austin Notorious is in a bit better positions right now.
Yeah, they still have those first attackers at the 50-yard line in the middle and on the snake side. And you could see, though, D-side's a little more wide open. Both teams have a body in that D1 position, just gunfighting each other. There's over-the-shoulder shot for Austin Notorious, and now he's going to move up.
Look at that beard coming through that thing. Ooh, and another player taking the walk for Notorious, losing a gunfight from, I'm not sure exactly where, to be honest.
Archie Barnes Jr. taking the walk. Is Notorious, though, pushing up the middle of the field here. Wow. Tip of the spear, attack up the middle. Body walks off for
down on 3 on
Uprising.
2.
Yeah, and Uprising owns the snake side, and this is the perfect opportunity for the Notorious players, Dorito side, to make a big push down there and hopefully kind of get a little bit of the pressure taken off of this poor wedge guy.
Yeah, looks like Uprising also marching up on that D side, because the 2 bodies left alive for Notorious are totally focused on the snake side. No, there's no guns on the D side at all. He's feeling no pressure. He's probably going to be moving up to this 50-yard line here shortly.
Yeah, and this is one of those tricky situations, right? Even for Uprising, right? The win is going to come down the snake side for sure, but when you do that, you lose eyes on the wedge, and you kind of have to figure out where this who's looking Dorito way. So and that's a common mistake that a lot of players make. But yeah, they
closing the point down the Dorito side, though. They forgot about that guy.
So solid counter-punch point from Uprising.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Notorious had the spots. They had 50 brick essentially off the break, and then got Archie Barnes Jr. very quickly to the 50-yard line in the snake. At that time, they also had Michael over here, but Michael dies. Archie Barnes dies as well, too. And that's where it started.
Yeah, it looked like Mikel didn't know exactly where to be to support his front guy. He was bouncing around from the snake 1 to snake 2 to 3, back to the 2, and kind of looking for kill shots. When if he can just put some dominance on that can, your 50 snakes allowed to wrap and try to get to work. But otherwise, he's picking gun battles in a little bunker with everyone standing over top of him.
And in a game like the Notorious Uprising match, those are the 2 bottom-ranked teams in that division. So they're already kind of in a must-win situation, because it's only on paper going to get harder as they progress into their matches. So when you're playing one of the lower-ranked teams in your division, ideally you'd like to win and put up a pretty big number.
Yep.
Because now you're going to be playing, that's one of the brackets of death. This is your bracket right here, Ryan.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a tough bracket over there. It looks like Ironman losing 2 bodies really quickly, one delaying up into the wedge. and NYX making a quick punch over on that Dorito side, taking a good amount of ground over there.
Look, 5-on-3 NYX's favor, and we got Corey Hall in the 40 Dorito, and NYX has got a player in the Snake One, not quite sure where, looking on the cross.
Yeah, you know, that Snake One has a huge gap on the cross and can really hold a lot of that down, and you see Jerry did that a lot. But, you know, just once you get all that information, there's the cross shot right there, Snake 2. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also tough. The wind's picking up, and there's some weather approaching. We're hoping it's going to miss us. But when it gets really windy and all the bunkers are moving, it makes communication even tougher because you can't use that bunker movement to figure out where guys are.
Look at CJ Canner coming through the middle now. Gonna shoot that can. Trades out with him, and it's just Corey Field left in the home.
Yeah, and Maddie, like you said, not only that, it's just it makes it, like you said, makes it look like there's a guy in every spot. And on this field in particular, especially on the Dorito side, you can't tell where that guy is. If you guys go out, each of you go out to the corner, and both of you match up, at that point, it's anybody's guess where the body is. You can be in any one of those 3 or 4 Doritos, and the only eyes that can see that are Snake One. And sometimes that communication from Snake One to the Dorito corner doesn't really get there, and you're just kind of missing that body a lot. So really good point from NYX right there.
Stop fucking playing with me, yo.
Again, anytime we cut to the pits, it's parental advisory.
You need to give NYX carte blanche on whatever they want to do or say. There should be 0 penalties.
Hey, we're not regulated by the FCC. I'm just warning all the parents out there to what they should be expecting.
It is entertaining, though. I'll give you that. They get that energy. They get that competitive energy.
Yeah, that's definitely a team. Let's listen in real quick, actually. Got to jump back into point number 2 here. Uprising taking that first one. See if Notorious can stay alive. Survivability an issue for him.
Yeah, bad break for Notorious on that one. They had 2 guys rushing to the box, just tagging up at the 1-second mark.
First time I've seen this, Notorious putting 2 people in that Dorito side can. He makes it out wide and gets the kill on Uprising, the center tower. Now it's a 4-on-3 as Uprising takes the 40 Dorito. Let's see if anyone's going to recognize him.
Yeah, it looks like Snake 3 does over here on this side. Oh, and Notorious getting shot, making a move, and possibly just barely avoiding a penalty. So 4-on-4 game right here.
That's 2 points in a row for Michael, man. He's a legend, Texas legend. Have put X Factor on the map back in the day, and glad to see him back. They're going to need him to play well, though.
It's that aggression on the Dorito side keeps throwing him off. I guess he hasn't seen that in the one weekend of practice that we get.
Yeah, man, I don't know how you feel about that 1 weekend of practice, but my body hurts on Monday.
12 hours on Saturday.
Yeah,
12-hour practice.
That's a rough one. That's a rough
So
one.
2 bodies have come off right now. Looks like a new pickup here for Notorious Logan Dyer, also taking the walk. So Snake side needs to increase the survivability for Notorious. We're only 2 points in. They got a lot of paintball to work with, but that's been the trend so far.
Yeah. And it looks like the Snake side is wide open for Uprising. I don't know if they've identified it or not, but a 3rd body taking the walk. Big move for Notorious over there. And yeah, it's interesting playing that wedge over there. If you don't know exactly what's in front of you, you're just kind of just waiting for that 50.
Scariest bunker on the field. Yeah,
absolutely.
Everyone wants to play that thing. I played it 2 times, and I was like, "You guys like this?"
The stand-up wedge or the lay-down wedge?
Yeah, the stand-up or the lay-down.
Either one of them are. Yeah. Stand-up, you're even more exposed from both sides.
And we have like little Carter Donaldson, who's like 5'4", and I'm standing up as tall as I can. He's like, "Can you see me?" And he starts in the Snake 1, he ends in the 50, and I never saw nothing. And I was like, "I'm pretty aware. I'm watching as much as I can."
Well, at least you got a better shot from this lay-down wedge, and it's been more effective from what I've seen this morning than the terrible tower, or sorry, of the can, the spot can.
Yep.
Man, that's a rough spot, dude.
Yeah, that's the bunker.
Rough spot. It's fine if you have 2 bodies alive in front of you. You can help, but once things start to go south, if that's the last body over there, that guy dies a lot. So jumping back into point number 3, it's been all extreme so far.
Ironman breaking out 5 alive, making the Dorito corner and the Snake 1. He's looking on the wire. NYX is 5 alive, also in the Snake, but they're not wide on Dorito side.
Yeah, and you can see NYX. Well, it's tough to see him on your screen right now, but NYX, Jerry Carl, is just sitting in Snake 1, shooting the cut between the Dorito 1 and the 2-3 gap right over there.
Now you can see there on your screen, New York Extreme. From the blue side, Jared Carl. He's at that insert bunker Snake side, just pumping paint towards that Dorito lane. And Ryan, what do you think is effective from that spot? For what he's doing right now.
Yeah, what he's doing is just slowing that side down. But, you know, one of the things is you kind of have to have paint in the air, and you can see Jerry shooting, but Jerry only has 4 pods on his back.
He's not going to hold
so
that. So
you can only hold that lane when you're constantly shooting for so long. Otherwise, you really got to have it timed right, right at the landing zone. The corner over on the Dorito side can also kind of wrap and put some pressure on you to make it down that side, but it's definitely a defensive posture. They're up by 2. Maybe they're trying to burn a little bit of time, but definitely not enough paint on your back to do that. I'd like to see you kind of going in there, getting a little bit more pressure.
CJ recognizes that his snake eye's on the D side containment, so he comes off it and starts quarterbacking. Kraft is trying to slow down this snake side from that wedge.
Yeah, that was a good move for CJ right there. I mean, I don't like him in the back center, but who's this? Trent Nita.
Oh, Trent's about to get that kill if he hits that home shot.
Or the back center, or
shoots the can.
Oh, just missed him with the foot.
Nope.
He's begging for it.
Wrap a little more, buddy. Wrap a little more. Hit that home shot.
Yeah. So now they can put some pressure. See, this is the communication thing. If you can put some pressure on the can, where I believe Corey Hall is right now, between your Dorito corner. Oh, there we go. Corey Hall just taking the walk right there.
Yeah, great kill from the Ironman. Nita in a great position. On your screen here for the Ironman at the 50-yard line, snake side.
And spectators watching, that 50 snake cannot see that lay down wedge where Pat Kraft is right now. So as we zoom out, we see Pat Kraft sitting there. They actually cannot see each other unless that 50 snake goes to wrap.
But this is the power of that wedge, because when you have somebody really committing on the snake side, that's one of the best spots to stop the full-on attack, save your guy. We've seen, unless you get shot at that spot. I mean, it's a tough spot to play. Al Fernandez is in there as well, too, but body's dropping right now for Extreme.
Kyle Nikolai down on the Dorito side. He's in the 50 Dorito right now, and I think he's the one that just picked up those 2 kills, and then they shoot CJ to pull this point back.
Yeah. You know, and that was just, they played the game like there was only a minute left on the clock, right? They took away from their original game plan, and they went to a defensive posture. And now that wedge, right, Maddie, you can see right along that 50-yard line. But if the, and I think that's Tregarthen behind Trent Nita.
Yep.
Yeah. If he were just a little bit more active in that snake one, he can shoot the wedge also.
Shoot him, put him in.
Yeah, and
allow that move to
that's the scary thing about the wedge is you're like watching this 50, and all of a sudden a guy pops out of the corner, or the snake 3, or the snake 2. Every single snake knuckle can see you.
Exactly.
But that's, at least from what I saw this morning, the teams that are prevailing, a lot of times they have a guy in that wedge and he's just playing well. It's a tough position to play, and it's difficult, but because guys are committing sometimes on the snake when things start to go, it can be a good spot. I like it a lot better than the tower or the can.
For sure.
Tower, you have more options, but the tower can help on the D side a little bit more, but it's just, as far as stopping an attack on the snake side, the wedge is pretty solid. It's just tough to play, though,
Honestly, I think people are getting there because it's the closest they can get to that 50, and they know how dangerous that wrap on the 50 is. If the guy has freedom in the snake, he's getting kills.
So jumping into point number 3 here, it's been all Uprising now. Notorious survivability has been an issue, but now they get a kill. Get 2 kills. All right, so Notorious starting to make something happen here.
And the support player, I believe that was Michael again, getting clipped, making a move, delaying into that spot can.
So we got a 4-on-3 scenario with FSU up on bodies. FSU is in the Dorito 2 on the wire over there. They have a home player filling out the Dorito side to support him. And then they have Marky Franz here in the snake side tower, switching back and forth, trying to figure out how to close this game, while Uprising is stuck in the pocket. Nobody past the snake side tower for the snake side. So
stuck is the operative word here for sure, as they look stuck. Down on 2 knees.
This is a crazy
feeling
thing
a lot of pressure.
The crazy thing about this layout, though, Matty, is that if this front snake guy doesn't start producing his shot on the snake side, they will fill out. There's no home guy shooting for the snake side can. The tower now can make his move up into the wedge unseen, and completely unseen. And that's a big thing I was trying to get for my young guys in the front. It's like, hey, if you don't know what to do, just shoot at the gap.
Yeah.
Just shoot the gap in front of you. Help your containment players, because they're going to fill. They're going to continuously fill out to this side.
Yeah, but the problem is I don't think Notorious noticed that Uprising Snake 1 died, so you can see how his posture is on the left-hand side of your screen in that tall tower. He's playing like there's a guy in that 50 snake, and now here he comes up to really get tighter up on that gap, which hopefully should free up Archie, as you just saw, making a move into the 50 snake as well. And when you're up on bodies and you got this 2-man advantage over here, you almost want a guy to come around and bunker your guy out of the snake, because you're up on bodies right here. If there were to be somebody in the snake and he comes around and it's a trade out, you're still +1, and now you own the side for sure.
Now you have that outside contain that we end up talking about a lot, because paintball as a game of angles kind of helps to have somebody out wide.
Yeah. The best containment right now is, if Marky was aware that the snake died, is moving from that laydown wedge to that center snake side brick, and then he can actually see the gapping into the snake. Like right now, Marky might be looking at the snake, but the Uprising player in the home, where's the 50 snake looking? Yeah, right now could fill out of the home, into the can, into the snake side insert, and into the snake without that wedge seeing it, because he's so focused on the snake laydown, not knowing the body's dead.
Yeah. Unfortunately, neither one of these guys have an eye in the sky, so neither one, the move is so easy when you can see it from here, but neither one of them know where the other guys are. They think Notorious thinks there's a guy in the snake. Uprising, is just
holding on for dear life in the pocket.
That's exactly it. And I think Notorious is really hunkered down trying to get some kills on that snake side.
Yeah.
Or sorry, the Dorito side.
Uprising's in a situation because they are trapped in the pocket, but like you said, could potentially get out. They're just kind of hoping that Notorious makes a mistake right now. Somebody looks out into a ball, gets a little bit too greedy. They need 2 points. They have 6 minutes and 48 seconds left to work with, so Notorious has time. They don't have to force it quite yet.
And I think Uprising's trying to win this match right here. 3 on 4.
Although there's an body.
2 on 4.
Yeah, and that's that scary thing, when you're playing a team that's a little bit lower ranked than you on paper, you don't want to have long points. If this game goes down another 2 or 3 minutes, it's 2-1 with 4 minutes left. That's not a great position to be in as Uprising.
Even though they have a 2-point lead, but
yeah,
and Uprising looking for a good showing here. Event number 1, 18th, went 1-3. The issue was, 7 points for, 16 against, -9. So. Yeah. And this is a seasoned squad at this point. New owner. They really want to get back to the hyper-aggressive.
Nice move by Uprising, launching from the home to that Dorito one on the inside.
And it looks like, that's a great move. And now he's going to be able to, because the 50 snake can't see any of those moves over there.
Yeah, Borromeo rolling some dice over there as he gets into D3 safe.
Now I think it's time that I don't think that the wedge. Yep, he's dead.
Marky Franz with the big explosive move in the center, but I don't see any bodies walking off.
Yeah, it's 3 on 2. Uprising just needs to chill right now because they're in a pretty decent situation. Archie's going to get this kill right here. Archie's going to come up and whack-a-mole.
Yeah, Archie Barnes Jr. here. Uprising player has no idea that Archie Barnes is all the way on his side.
Kid.
Archie, got to be careful. Got to stay about an inch off that bunker. And don't expose your pack. Oh, he could have saw his pack right there.
Oh, there you go. Slow, steady, and correct.
Wow. Well, that was a fun one to watch.
I tell a lot of the new guys on the team, it's not about moving fast, not about moving slow, it's about moving right.
Yeah, that's
right. And
well
he
said.
did that correctly. He didn't hit a bunker. He didn't go too fast. He didn't go too slow. He just slowly made sure that he hit the shot without being seen.
Yeah, good play by Archie Barnes right there. Archie Barnes Jr.
Yeah, he's going to hit that buzzer. Pull within 1, 4:45 left to go. So we got ourselves a game here. And that's a key one, because if Uprising, with that long of a point, scores that third one with a 3-point deficit, makes it really difficult. This is not that fast of a field. Now, we did see some comebacks out here. And some attempted comebacks this morning, so it can speed up.
I think it's one of the fastest fields we've seen in a while if you want it to be it, right?
That's the caveat right there,
right?
If you want it to be that way.
The only thing that really locks this field down is the Snake 1 and the second inside Dorito. If you can make both those bunkers off the break and you want to cross it up, you have the full gapping on the Dorito side, you have the full gapping on the Snake side, you can actually lock the game down from those two positions. But besides that, because of all this center presence, there is so many movements that can happen unseen, and that's how you have fast points. You get to a spot unseen, hit the shot, go to the next one. And that really allows for a lot of quick points. I was watching you guys at practice yesterday run to the Dorito side brick off the break unseen, right? Like crazy moves.
Yeah, I mean, you got to try stuff, right? That's what practice is for.
So jumping back into this next point with 8:48 to go as Trent Nita is getting checked out by the ref.
5-on-5 breakout.
First time that's happened in a minute. But yeah, look at Trent to go, kind of trying to see where the paint is coming from. If you're low enough, no one can really see you coming around these corners here.
Yeah.
Ironman with the advantage on the Snake side being in the Snake 3 and NYX still in the Snake 1, but they do have the advantage on the B side.
Trent, look for Trent to maybe possibly get a kill on CJ Cantor in that that can on the Dorito side. Stetzel getting a spin here for NYX.
He had
the Snake 3.
He had some good ones in the first game.
Yeah, I saw that. And Stetzel getting that kill that I wanted Trent to get. On the cross, shooting Kyle out, I think.
Yeah, does Tim know that Trent is in front of him at the 50 is the question. I don't think he does.
No, no one does. Whenever you're in the Snake, no one has a clue where you're at until you pop up, man. It's such a pain in the ass.
You literally just got to count the bodies through the home gap, and that's all you got. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just got to assume that he's in every single spot, unfortunately.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, Josh Taylor making a move for NYX, getting into that crucial wedge. Also, Al Fernandez getting in there for the Ironman. Again, it's a tough position to play, but if Nita wants to get up and bunker out Tim, not knowing that Josh was in there, he's going to run right into Josh's gun.
Right. But the thing is, Ironmen don't really know exactly where Stetzel is because the only guy who knew who he was is the guy he shot.
CJ Cantor has now moved from the Dorito side can to the Snake side insert. Oh, Tim Stetzel tries to go.
Did he get Trent or not?
Did not.
I did not
Trent.
know. I think Al Fernandez saved his life from that spot that we were just talking about.
Look at that.
Yeah.
And that's saying the wedge has been pretty key. Keep seeing that over and over again here all morning.
Definitely, if a guy launches wide like that, you definitely own it. Absolutely. You should just, at this point, assume there's a guy in that wedge, and that's who you check off first before you make any big move like that. So we'll see here because both teams. So Ironmen certainly have the advantage right now with 2 players in the snake. And I think, who is that? Boyum in the center tower, or is that Patty? I don't know who's in that center tower. I think it's Boyum.
I think it's Boyum.
Yeah, Boyum shooting on the cross, trying to hold as best he can, hold the Dorito corner, Corey Hall probably, from making any moves.
At this point, though, the Snake one, because Boyum doesn't see that gap anymore, he really just sees the gap into the Dorito 3. As soon as he makes it wide through that gap, that's when you have to ask for that Snake side help, and it looks like they've done that. Tree Garden here. Oh,
and Boyum gets shot right now. They switched for a second, and he lost the dominance on that one. I think they needed to make a decision on that.
Yeah.
Oof. So 4-on-3 right now. And I think, yeah, Corey's still in that corner over there. I think Trent and Clay need to figure out how to work the New York Extreme player out of that wedge right in front of you see on that screen.
Yeah, that's Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor. You know, he's in a. And then the other thing, I heard you guys talking about it earlier. Is like someone could be standing there the whole game, posted on something. I think Rich was mentioning that. I'll tell you what happens is his sides are going to start cramping. If you have to hold your gun up standing in that position for a couple of minutes.
It's combat yoga, man.
Combat yoga. I like that.
Yeah, it's it gets a little rough to keep an accurate your accurate gunfighting platform when you've been doing it for 4 minutes.
Absolutely, we talk about it a lot when we're teaching clinics. Players ask, "Hey, what knee should I have down when I'm shooting out of the side of my bunker?" I go, "Well, snap shoot like this, left arm up, left knee down, but eventually you're gonna the blood flow is gonna be cut off to your legs, so you're gonna have to switch the legs if you're holding the lane,
It's very true.
It
may not look as pretty, but you're going to have to do it.
Yeah. You got to figure out a way to keep the blood flowing. Pat Kraft making a move out to that Dorito 2, which now effectively Clay's zone is now dropped, so they really need to press around this corner. I would suggest switching Al to that 50 Dorito and having Trent and Clay work heads up, kind of making this move around the outside.
Well, Nito, with this tactical retreat, I think that's smart for now, but they still eventually need to get this point. It's 4:25 left. They're down by 1. They have 3 bodies here shading towards the Snake side. This is where the power of their offense is, and they're gonna have to make something happen over here. And it's Taylor and I can't see who it is.
This is CJ Cantor in the Snake one.
Okay.
Yeah.
CJ, I think Pat and Corey are on the field. Pat and Corey on the Dorito side, and if they identify where the bodies are, they're gonna be able to begin to make moves over on that side. So it's just this little bit of teamwork happening here on this Snake side that needs to get going here. Now big move over into the Dorito 4. Corey backing him up.
And so Al makes his move out of that wedge and gets back to the tower to have a better angle on that D side. And also be able to move that way.
And he's completely out of paint. He just picked paint up off the ground.
Not ideal.
Not ideal at all, Maddie.
Yeah, especially for a big gun like Al. I mean, Al, stock and trade is being a good gunfighter and helping control.
There we go. Clay just started to work on that.
Maybe ask Clay for a pod. Clay might be out of paint too. Clay is also picking up paint off the ground. Yeah, so both Clay and Al are picking up paint off the ground, and I think Trent has 2 pods. Oh, Trent just died with 2 pods. Oh,
drop him, buddy. Drop him for me.
And that forces a concession here from the Ironmen because they had 2 bodies left alive, but no bullets left.
Good job by NYX, really locking it down, getting in the positions where they knew they could stop the Snake 50 crawl, the Snake 1 on the Dorito side crossing, there was nobody over there. And then Pat Kraft really exploiting the fact that they shot the whole Dorito side and they wanted to push down that side, right? And he's the first one to initiate that push. So good job on Pat recognizing.
And now it's going to put the Ironmen in a tough position. Not a lot of time left, down a couple, going to have to push. Yeah, that's definitely playing into New York Extreme's hands and have a decent chance to go 2-0 on day 1.
What would you do, Ryan, if you're Ironman right now?
Yeah, you know, you still have plenty of time to make the points work here. You still have plenty of time to win points, man. I would just press it a little bit more. You know, try to take some risks on the outside. You know, if you lose the next point, that's when you kind of hunker down and try to save the point margin. But they're in the position to win these points in these games. You know, just
giving it up with theirs.
Yeah.
Looks like another 5-on-5 breakout. Both make it out to the Dorito corner. Oh, but Uprising loses one out of the spot can.
And that spot can is a tough spot. Pun intended there, huh? 3 players walking off for FSU.
Well, Tucker getting in the snake here, and he's going to get to the 50-yard line with a couple of those bodies walking off in the center. There's still one body left alive here, snake side for Notorious, but not looking good for him to try to tie this game up. Just 4:15 left to go.
And what Tucker just did is what we saw all the first layout weekend versus Infamous and AC when we practiced them, was just a relentless attack on the snake side that focused on killing our center bodies and punching us in the pocket.
Yeah, get in there real quick and wrap.
Yes, yeah, and it makes it hell for the Dorito side guys, and if the guy wraps in a little bit more, he has a shot on that snake side wedge, that snake side tower, and the home right at the pipe, which is the 3 core bunkers that every team is playing now.
Yeah, that's a big one. If you're prepared for that, you know, he can't get anybody, but oftentimes you're like, okay, I heard the snake's hot again, or off the break, all right, cool, we'll just start moving into our spots, and then he wraps around that 50.
Yep.
And that's when that wedge is really good.
Well, the Notorious coach, Ryan Gray, forced to concede, it looks like, here, because options were dwindling, even though it was relatively close on the body count, looked like.
Tommy Tucker really breaking that point open from the snake side. Let's see how Ironman answer against NYX. NYX up 3-1.
Yeah, they really, I mean, I can't remember how much time's left, but it's not much. In the pits with Uprising right now.
Yeah, I still feel that there's enough time.
I think it was like 3.5.
Yeah, in the 3s.
This is the biggest thing I'm seeing. Ironman guys are coming out with 4 to 5 pods, and every player on NYX have 7+.
Yeah,
They're gonna,
look at CJ back there.
Especially after you just ran out of paint.
Wait, do they have, oh, okay, there we go. Snake off the break, of course. Oh, losing one body and
losing
looks
2.
like 2, possibly a penalty. No, they didn't get a penalty. That was a strange run right there. Oh.
So it looks like a 5-on-3 NYX favor.
With just under 3 to go.
Yeah.
Carl gets into the snake here. Actually, both teams into the snake. Slightly better for Jerry Carl for New York Extreme. Tregarthen, he's going to call up and mirror up Jerry Carl, but they're going to lose another body as well, too. So it's just now 1 left alive right now for the Ironman.
Yeah, quick bad one. I mean, you can't lose 2 guys off the break.
I think the Ironmen have not conceded. They're definitely worried about margin.
Oh, yeah.
But since they're not conceding, we'll see if New York Extreme's going to hit this buzzer or if the Ironmen are just going to let the time expire. No?
It is.
Okay, they are going to concede. So they just wanted to burn a little bit of that clock off.
2 minutes. Now, you know.
Now is a choice. Now
Look.
make the choice. Do you play for point spread or do you play to win the point?
Yeah, I think you just come out with a good, solid game plan. Breakout, you know, still go to the snake. I think it's still a good option because they're making it. And see if you can't just get a couple kills.
If you get 2 kills, you play fast. You don't get 2 kills, you don't lose the point.
That's right.
Yeah, well, because the Ironmen are sitting at a 1-0 as of now, possibly going to lose this one, but with a +1. So if they lose this one big, they'll go 1-1. Now they'll be in the negative. Can't be in the negative if you want to move on to Sunday.
That's true. And who do they have in their bracket for tomorrow?
Us and Level.
Okay.
No, they already played Level. So
Us and Bears.
Yeah, they're going to be playing you guys. Yeah.
Yep. It looks like they've 5 guys coming out here on the box. Lots of pit issues here for Notorious, starting the point with no loader. So it looks like Notorious has 5 guys. They're really. I don't know what their roster looks like, but they're running the same 5 guys. Kovar just got shot in the loader.
Kovar not having a good match here, and it's really hurting FSU.
And is FSU a school?
No, it's what they used to call themselves when they were semi-pro. It was FSU Notorious, but now they're pro, so it's just Austin Notorious.
Okay, Austin Notorious.
It's acronym, Family Stands United.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a college in Florida called FSU.
Yeah,
it messes with all of us.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of Texas, FSU. All right, Family Stands United. I like it.
It's the PG version of what it stands for.
Okay.
Say that.
So FSU has got 4 bodies alive now. They're in the Snake 2. The Snake Tower heads up. Looks like a 4-on-5.
And the Dorito 2 on the other side of the field. So that Dorito guy is really getting pressured from heads up, and the cross, actually. There's 3 guns looking Dorito way, 2 looking Snake way. I don't see where the other FSU player is, or the Notorious player. I see 3 of them.
Inside Dorito,
Yeah,
the first large
D1
Dorito.
and
Okay,
D2.
D1 and 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. So oh, looks like nope. Looks like he's getting a check in there, doing a
And
spin
do a
around.
360 and go back to playing ball.
Double check everything there. I'm digging the Uprising jerseys here. No sponsors, just one sponsor on the chest and just handling. Ooh, big move.
Marky
from
Franz
Notorious.
goes onto their side, kills the snake body, still alive.
Watch them all freak out here. Archie should stay inside on this play. Archie should get to that 50 and look inside.
Ooh, good fill back.
Wow.
Marky Franz up there, the captain of that team from what their coach tells me, and comes in, gets that 50 kill, brings it back to a 4-on-4.
Oh no. Oh no. Uprising didn't need to do that.
Yep.
Yeah, you have a 2-point lead. There's under 2 minutes to go. Let him come at you, man.
Let him come
Yeah.
at you.
You've got it in the bag here if you can just make your shots and not let anything crazy happen.
Yeah, because that's a scary thing, right? Minute 30 left on the clock. It was a 4-on-4. Even if that guy's in a great spot, you've got 2 teammates that can see him come through. You want that guy to come through and try to get you and either die coming or even trade out with you, because you still then have an even advantage and a minute and a half on the clock.
And
now,
a 2-point spread.
And a 2-point spread. Now there's a chance, very slim chance, as the clock's kind of winding down here.
Watch Marky get crafty again coming into here.
And again, Notorious needs 2 to tie, so they got to get the wheels off and start to move, and they are with Archie Barnes Jr.
Archie, look for a foot shot out of the back center. Come on, get him.
Ooh, gets put in, actually gets taken out, so dying on his sword here, going forward.
Yeah,
But looking pretty good here for Uprising to take this victory in their first match. They are going to be losing their back center.
stay on the cross,
Notorious pushing up the middle with Marky Franz. He gets taken out, trades. And then now the push on the D side as well, too. Looks like
and they threw the major
penalty.
for it.
Yeah,
So-
Uprising.
So that's going to be a point for FSU with about 32 left on the clock because they're going to stop it at the major.
Ugh. Uprising.
Come on,
Gonna
guys.
start with 3 with 26 seconds left.
Yeah, they should add a little time to that clock, too, because of the major. They actually came in and
What
hit
is
the
he
buzzer.
thinking? Who cares about the center guy, man?
Yeah.
Who cares about the center? Just because someone might have cheated you doesn't mean that you should be cheating.
Yeah, and he spun like a top. I mean,
yeah.
360.
When I saw him spin over
Oh.
there, I go, oh, don't forget about the tape.
Well, these are these mistakes that, Uprising is an incredibly inconsistent team because they'll do the work. They've beat decent, good teams before. They've made Sundays and they've had the same core together forever, but they just sometimes find a way to make these mistakes that cost them.
It's the same thing I'm talking to my guys. That's the reason we lost to NYX. It's like, you want to be a superstar, or do you want to win this match, right? I mean, you have to have empathy for the players on the team and really be there for your teammates for those things like that not to happen. If those two both just started communicating back and forth, say, I got you, you got me, they would have been in the cross the whole time. It'd been a much different story.
Yeah, they shot the guy heads up and tried to wrap, and he got shot in the back.
Yep.
That's going to be Archie, Michael, Anthony.
And Archie came off the field, or not Archie, Franz came off the field and barfed.
Remember that?
I like the word barf. Would you guys say threw up or barf?
Puke.
Puke. Okay.
I'd say puke.
We call it release the demons
Barfing
in
sounds
Florida.
funnier.
Yeah, in Florida, we used to have a warm-up practice every single time where I'd get 2 or 3 kids to puke before we started playing paintball, and then we just called it releasing the demons.
Sounds like fun, man.
Making athletes, man, I'm trying.
There we go. NYX to the snake, getting shot off the break. Oh, yeah. Timmy gets shot off the break.
4 on 5 while Kyle Nikolai makes it wide out on the Dorito side. Oh, running ref coming in to check out Josh Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor at the spot bunker. Looks like he's good to go. Sizable lead here, especially with the time for New York Extreme. Just 2 minutes left on the clock.
You know, and I like how, and this is completely has nothing to do with this match, but I like how that spot bunker has the wrap on it.
So bounce shots are
so
gone?
bounce shots are gone. Unfortunately, that bunker doesn't have any bounce shots that go into anything. But man, that'd be nice to put up a spot god bunker on this field.
If there's any other sponsors out there that would like to wrap a bunker, please let us know, because we want to get rid of all bounce shots.
Yeah, man, those bounce shots are such a pain in the butt.
Corey Field coming out here, getting a spin for the Ironman. Ironman definitely need to Also not let this get away from him, though. Like you said, come out. If you can get a couple kills quick, then speed it up. If not, just accept your loss.
Yep.
You know you're going to have a big day tomorrow.
They do have the kill one off the break on the snake side, so they have the opportunity to exploit this side, and they just filled 2 people, and Corey fills up 2. They have 3 bodies on the snake side now.
Yeah, they really need to get Taylor off the field here, or just somehow subdue him slightly.
But Trent
be able to get Trent around this corner.
Yeah, he needs to focus on that wedge guy. He knows that that's his one antagonist on this side.
Yeah. Taylor is just relentless, though, on that zone. He's like, I'm not coming off this. And pop the top, get right back on it again. Because Taylor knows they just need to burn clock off, not let Nita get onto their side of the field and start feasting.
Oh, Trent, I like that move, though.
He tried.
He tried.
Now the goal should be to lock it down. Do not lose this point.
Don't lose this point. You're absolutely right. They just lost 2 bodies. Taylor is just handling business in there. I wonder who caught Trent coming up there.
I think it was CJ, yeah, wrapping around the spot bunker.
Oh,
good timing.
very good timing.
Stream's looking pretty tough out here today.
They sure are.
They lost Nikolai off the D side, so I think it's a 3
on 4.
3 on 4 right now.
Yeah, Boyum's up in that Dorito side tower, and he can't move out because of where that whoever in NYX is in that center tower right there. I think that's Pat.
Yep.
But yeah, the move is definitely up the middle. You know, Trent should have kind of tried to get his teammates in on that play rather than doing it himself. But it's tough when you're all the way up in that 50 to kind of look back and communicate what you're thinking.
Yeah, and congratulations to NYX. Winning good team paintball, going 2-0 again. Their first day.
Yeah, I mean, people were asking me, who's your dark horse? I'm like, well, based on what I saw at the first event, if Extreme can get it together, they got a decent chance of going deep again.
Yeah, I just don't think that you can count a top 4 team as a dark horse.
If you never won a tournament, absolutely.
Oh, okay. New rules. New rules.
No, it's not a new rule. It's just that they've never won a tournament. So if you've never done it, you have to prove to us you're capable of it.
So therefore, you're a dark horse.
I think so.
Okay.
They've never been to the semifinals up until last event.
The Spick and Span show sees it differently.
If
you're top, if you're making a dark horse pick, it has to be a top 4 team. It cannot be a top 4 team.
They've never made the semis until the first event. They've never won a tournament.
Okay.
They almost got relegated last year. You're telling me that's not a dark horse?
I'm just letting you know.
Give me your argument, bro. I'm listening to it.
They were in 4th place at the last event.
Yeah, for the first time ever.
Great. Now they're not in the dark horse.
They were almost the worst pro team last year.
Almost.
Let's just keep bringing that up to Pat Kraft.
I'm just saying, man.
Dude,
that's a dark horse.
Tuck Dog coming through.
Yeah, so Uprising trying to get another one for the spread. Not going to be able to do it, but handled Notorious pretty solidly here.
Oh, and Strange, I guess. We didn't talk about this, but the penalty, I guess, was on Notorious on the last one. But because they didn't score that point, and Uprising just started with 5 guys, and Uprising got that last point.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
We thought it was going to be 3-2. Uprising starting with 3, so someone was hit. The major was not on Uprising.
Well, cool. That is going to do it. Check out the Spick and Span show. Tuesdays, 4 o'clock.
Yeah, if you want some obscure facts and rules.
It's a great show. They do a good job of bringing people in. It really is a good show, Ryan. It's entertaining. It's not as entertaining as Maddie, but you're getting there.
Different demographic, all right?
Hey, man. Everyone's in the same fight, man. We're just all telling paintball stories. But I appreciate that, Kyle. Appreciate Kyle Berry, best paintball player in the world.
And that's this guy, Ryan Greenspan, right next to me, man.
Yeah, so we'll see San Diego Dynasty this afternoon, hoping the weather passes us here at 2023 NXL Lone Star Major. Damage and Diesel, that's going to be a good one. That's coming up next. And then the Hurricanes and Baltimore Revo, so that's going to be a great set. I'm Matty Marshall here on Go Sports. I'll see you in just a few.